Hello everyone, Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. I have been busy as a beaver, gathering and wrapping Christmas presents. I bought since, after Christmas. I mostly went online and we were able to take a vacation this summer, so I always like to pick up Christmas gifts then. And so I buy them for my 4 children, their spouses. I have 8 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, and 1 on the way, my husband, and a few friends and a few relatives. So I make bags from previous gifts that I have received. So, the papers, and I like to save those. So I'm going to make 2 bags today. Let's get started. Bring the camera down so you can see. And there's our first paper we're going to be using. And I decided that this paper, discovered actually, is 12 years old because there was a little tag on it, and it had my daughter's name and her first child's name, and it was then given to me. And she's had 2 children since. So it's been 12 years ago. So I'm really happy to use it today. Now I did cut it. There was a little bit more paper that I had on it, and I cut it because what I did is I size it. What I do is I take my gift, and I custom make my bags, and I sized it. So what I do is I always take my paper like this and make sure that it's like halfway in between my bag. This is the back of my, this is the biggest part of the gift. And so I put it like that. And then what I do is I measure it, and it's about 4.5 inches. So then I go 4.5 inches here, and then I measure it here, and I like to save about 3 more inches on the paper, or sometimes even 4. I probably didn't have enough paper to save 4. I do like to save 4 mostly, but I got 3 more inches there. So that will, at the end, when I'm done with this bag, it'll be enough room for the width of the bag, the bag that it needs to be. So as you can tell, it's a little crooked. But that will be fixed. Okay, so what I want to do first of all, and this is a pattern, so you always want to make sure you know where the top is. Sometimes you don't have to, be concerned about that, but we certainly don't want, a bag standing up with a snowman upside down, right? So what I do is I find the middle first of all. So how I do that is I fold it. Like I say, this is a little uneven, but that's okay. We're gonna fix things. And then you just want to crease it on one side and crease it on the other. Okay. Because what you do is there's your middle right there. And then what you do is you bring your one of your sides up like this. You go about, a little bit over that line there, which is right here. Okay, and then you can crease it and use your bone folder, and then you take it on the other side and you lap it over on that part. See, right there. Okay. And then you crease it on this side. So let's make this even on the top and the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. Just use my scissors. And then on this side. Okay. And then I'm going to take this part here and I'm going to put tape on it. Alright, and this is an ATG gun. I just love this. And then more tape here. Now I might be a little over, but I can get that tape off. Okay, let's see if I'm over. I just put it down. And then you want to go along, make sure it isn't over. You just take that off your finger, like that. Alright. And just make sure it didn't go in the inside, and it's just fine. Alright, now, then what I like to do is I like to fold the top, okay? So I'm going to put my just to size it up again, and that's going to be perfect because that's going to be over this way. Here, let me turn it around, and then I'm going to have the bottom right here. I'll show you. First, I want to fold the top. Okay. Alright, I want to get about like there, and fold this here back. Alright, and then I want to open it up, and I'm going to make sure that you see this. I'm going to be pushing this down, and this takes a little bit of manipulation, but if you just take your time, can you see that? Okay, and just fold it down. You want to get this part out of the way so you don't have to do this later. Okay. Alright, there. That's the back. Now, for the bottom, you want to go, I'm going to go about 3 fingers. Or maybe 4. Yeah, 4 here. So, I'm going to fold it. Crease it, and then I'm going to make arrows. Okay, see that there? That's an arrow there. I'm going to fold it down, and there's my arrow. And this paper is not too heavy, so I can just crease it with my fingers at this point right here. Then I'm going to make another arrow. Okay, fold it down. Now, when I bring this part up, I want to bring it past this line here. Okay, I'm going to bring that there. This part I am going to do with the bone folder. And then I'm going to bring this part right here. See right here, this is the end of it. And I want to fold it over that. I want to make sure, this is important here, I want to make sure that this and this lines up. I don't want to fold it like here, I don't want to have this here and this here, because otherwise it won't stand up right. Okay, so I want to make this and this right here. Okay, that part's important. And then I want to make sure that this is lined up here with this. So that's about right there. So there we are. Now to hold that on, I want to put my I want to get my ATG gun. Now if you don't like to use this big of a tool for this part, you know, you can use like maybe this Tombow mono permanent adhesive. I don't use this often because this is so little, I'm always afraid to use it up a lot unless I absolutely have to use it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here like this, on this part here. See where I put that? And then see where it folds right here? This part right here. Okay, and then this part here, the fold, and then this part here. Alright, and then I'm going to put it down, And then put that part down. Now that's a little crooked, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, you can straighten it out if you want. Well, maybe I will. Maybe it does bother me. So here we go. There, that's better. Okay, I like that better. Now, this part is a little up, and that's why I use this Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. I use that a lot in my projects, and I really like it a lot. It has like a little arrow here on top, so it doesn't go all over the place. And if it gets clogged up, what I use is like a tack, and I put it on there like that, kind of twist it. Okay, and so then I will put that here. Now can you see that underneath there? Because I don't want that part sticking up, right? And this kind of gets a little, get all over, so I try not to get it all over. But what I do is I get my Kleenex, because I think it will go over a little bit. I push it down carefully, and then I start pushing it more, and see a little glue comes out on that part. Okay, there. Alright, so there we are. And now we're going to check and make sure that I didn't get any glue in the inside. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. And I didn't. It's fine in the inside, see? And I don't feel any glue or nothing sticking. So then I want to bring it back down. Now what I want to do is I take it and I fold it right here. I did get it a little unbalanced there, so we'll see how this, there is perfect, but we will see how that's going to stand up. So anyway, try to do my best, Anyway, so now what you do is you see this part here, you fold it right to that part there. That part there. You see that, right? This part here, that part there. You want to. That's where you want to fold it. Now I can tell this paper is very thin. Maybe because it is a little older. So we'll just see how this bag's going to work. All right, now I'm going to fold it back here. So I'll show you something in a minute. What I do if this bag needs it, if it's too thin. All right, there, you just fold it back, and you do the same on the other side. Okay, so here's this side here. Now this part's really perfect here, so that's good. So now I want to fold it there, like that. And I want to fold it back. See, these are your sides of your bag. So then you can open it up. And then you want to just fold it back like a bag should be. And then just kind of fold it like that, see? We're going to see how this stands up. Like I say, it was a little crooked there on the bottom, but we're going to see. Okay. Now, there we go. It's fine. It stands up beautifully. Very good. All right, now what I was going to say is if you wanted to, because this is a thin bag, sometimes I put like a stabilizer on the very bottom of the, here, let me see. See the very bottom of the bag way down there? I use I keep stuff like this in my craft room all the time. You know, you probably have. It's like cardstock, only a little bit heavier. And so what I do is like I cut like for a bottom. You know, like I would. For some reason I cut this. I don't know why I was using it. Maybe for something else. But I would cut this. You know, I would make sure it's the right size. And you know, and then cut this, and then put my ATG gun on this, and then put it in here. If I wanted to, you could do that. But I see that this bag is standing, so I'm not concerned with that. I kind of thought maybe it wouldn't because I was a little crooked down here, but I think it'll be fine. We'll see when we get the gift in there if I think differently. Okay. So now let's just make sure that the gift, you know, see it does fit. See, it'll fit in there. I can put it in. See, very nice. So that's why when measuring, you know, your size is important. And I use, like, you know, my fingers, you know, for the bottom, like I say, 4 fingers down here. If it's a bigger bag, you know, a bigger bag, and I want it wider in the bottom, you know, I use 5 fingers. You know, I just kind of eyeball the top. So, okay, let's go on now. Now we're going to put eyelets on this bag. And so what I do is I fold the top down. And I'll show you what I use to do that, because we're going to put a handle on this bag. So I like to use this because, and to put eyelets, it just reinforces it. It makes it a little stronger. Sometimes I don't use this. Sometimes I'll just, you know, punch the holes in with this actually. But then won't put the eyelets. But this is, like I say, a very thin bag, so I want to make sure, you know, I have some support with those eyelets. So what you do is I want to go, you know, about what I do is I measure. See this part of the finger here, the you know, my fingernail and the bone here. I measure. See this part here, the fold here. I measure about this much here, from here to here, and then I'll put the hole there. And then I'll turn it around, and then I'll measure, you know, the same width, you know, and so it comes in. So I'm not, you know, putting it on here, and that's a good way for me to measure. That's how I do it. I mean, you can get the ruler out and everything else, but anyway, that's how I do it. Okay, so my eyelets. I'll show you my eyelets. This is you know, where I keep my eyelets, right here. And so I already took them out, and so I thought I have different color eyelets, so I thought the blue would be pretty. Okay, and then what I do is, all right, now this is from We Are Memory Keepers, and I really like it, and I use a 3/16, and then I put it right here. So what I do is I push it right here. I put it right here like that. I you know, measure I can see my fingers about like that. Should go like that, and I push it and I make my hole. See? Now let's see what I was going to say. I don't know. Anyway, okay, and then I go on the other side. Look at my finger there. And I eyeball it, and I push it, and I make my hole. Now, the reason I know that the hole is going to go down the same length, this is what I was going to say, is because of this. You know, it's always, you know, going to be, it's not going to move, you know, because I already set it. Okay, so now let's get, this is the front of the bag. Here, the front part, and then I'm going to put my eyelet in there, and this is the part where I want to use here. And see this part sticking out right here, this thing? See, there's a part that's sticking out and the part that's not. See that thing sticking out here? So you take that part and you bring your eyelet, you push it on, and I use two hands, and it makes a really nice eyelet. See, you want this is the part that's kind of scratchy here, so you want that in the inside, and then you want the good part on the outside, right? Okay. So then you take your other one. You do each individual one like that. Put it in and push it in the hole, and you want to push it down. Okay. Did pretty good. All right, and then this part here, put it in, you need the 4 on the top. Okay, and you got your 4 eyelets. Okay. Now the next step is to get your ribbon that you want on top of here and put it through. So I chose this ribbon. I thought was nice, really nice for this bag because it has teal, you know, the color teal. And so then what this is 20 inches, okay? And so then I'm gonna, now sometimes I put a little tape here to push it through, but this wasn't actually too big, so I think it'll fit through if I just stick it through, okay? And it does. So then I want to make my knot, and what I do is I like to make three knots. 1, and I try to put the knot right on the other knot. 2, 3. That way I know it's quite secure. You see that, and it won't pull through, okay? See there? All right, and then I put it through the other one. And I try to get it as even as I can with that other side. But if I don't, you know, that's okay. I can cut some off or whatever I need to do. Okay, so here's, oh, that's my birdie clock. So here's 1. Okay, I have 3 knots there, and let's pull it through. It looks secure. All right, that's pretty nice. I'll turn it around so it's not, there we go. I like to do that. Good. All right, now it did get a little longer than this one, so I am just gonna cut this off a little bit. I like to use, for my fussy cutting, I like to use these Tim Holtz scissors. I'm going to cut this other one too, this one here. And I'll show you what I do. Let me get those out. There we go. Now I don't have anything fancy. Whoops, sorry about that. I don't have anything fancy to hold this down, but I'm just going to hold it down with some tape. See how I put that tape right here? Sometimes I don't mind these sticking out, but a lot of times I prefer them down. Okay, so I'm going to put that tape on there. Can't see that, but there, I just did that. Alright, so there's one part of it. And now I'm going to put the other one on, okay? Okay, so this ribbon on this side and this ribbon on this side is made. And it looks really pretty, I think. I just love the color. It's like a teal color. And it matches so pretty. You know, it's like teal, bluish, greenish. Okay, so our next step is to put the tag on. I love to put tags on my bags. I'm going to be using this one today. It says handmade for you. Merry Christmas. I made this last year. Some of you might be watching my 25 tags till Christmas series, and I'm actually going to start that next month. So I'm real excited to bring you some new gift tags that I made for this year. But this is the one I made last year, and I'm going to put it on here. So I just like to wrap it around the ribbon like that, and then make a bow like that. See? Isn't that pretty? And the reason I'm actually I thought that this looked really pretty because of the colors. It matches, and actually the other reason is because one of my gifts that I'm going to be putting in this bag is the Inspirational Notebook that I make. I make the ornaments, and Tom puts together this book for me. It's my thoughts and my quotes, and my four quotes and my 4 watercolor designs are actually in. This is one of them in the book. This inspirational notebook is, a book to jot down, your health journal plans, favorite recipes, organizational ideas. I just put a few little ideas down here. Events coming up, inspirational messages and your prayers, ideas to remember, anything, anything you want to write. This is my romantic walk on a snowy night design when I made that. And it says, be happy with simple pleasures, taking walks, enjoying delicious food, being with those you love. That's one of my quotes and one of my designs. Let's see if I see any others here. Here's one. Capture the beauty all around, all for everyone to be found. That's my up-close cardinal in my garden design. And let's see if I can maybe find another one for you here. Oh, here's my Niagara Falls design that I did in watercolor. I just love this. I love Niagara Falls. Use the talents God has given you, the secret of a life fulfilled. Then I have one more design in here. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. It's my garden bench design, and I have a really nice quote there too. So I'm really happy I make these books. And I'm happy Tom makes these for me, actually. I do the designs and my quotes, and he makes them for me. Anyway, so I thought that handmade for you would be really would be a great idea to have in this gift. So okay, so I'm going to put my gifts in here. And see how that works, and it works just fine. See? Now I'm going to put the tissue paper in there too. But there's one thing that I want to do to this bag that I want to show you what I do if I see, like this paper, it's 12 years old, and it was actually, I actually always have creased my papers that I save. But from now on, I'm going to actually roll them so it doesn't make, creases. Because actually, I got to tell you, I do iron these papers before I cut them. Now, that's something you think, oh my, ironing. But that's what I do. I put a towel over it, and I iron them a little bit. But I see what, I don't even think you can see this. So, but I just want to point out that there is a line there that kind of bothers me. So what I do, I'll show you, is I save these little scraps of papers, And there's a whole bunch of different types of stuff in here. But I do that because I do make, you know, tags out of those. And I also save those for things like this. What I did was, see, this is like an envelope that somebody, you know, sent me a card, a Christmas card, and I just love the inside of that. And I thought, well, I'll save that. Maybe one day I'll use it. Well, today is the day, folks, that I'm going to use it. What I did is I punched out some round circles. This is a 1-inch punch, and I am just going to put this on here, because what I think is that if you do that, the eye will go here instead of looking at that line, you know, that people will I just think that would look a little nicer. So I am going to do that right now. I'm going to put my ATG gun on these, put that on there, right there, and put this one on. And I know that if I put it with an ATG gun, it'll really hold well. I don't know if it would, the Tombow, this one, I don't know, you know, I don't use it often, so I'm not familiar with, you know, how really good it will hold on there, but I know that that if I use this ATG gun, it's a really good adhesive, you know. So the other thing is, I just think that the eye will be drawn there instead of that line. So now on the other side, there was a little tape here that I noticed, you know, and so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be putting some snowflakes on here too. And, you know, I just don't want to put one because, you know, they'll say, oh, you know, people will say, oh, well, why is that just there? Why is that there? So what I want to do is I'm just going to put, you know, here and there, I'm going to put these on to cover this tape up. And that'll be fine. Then there's one spot right there that I want to cover up. And there we go. Okay, this bag is complete now. I just love it. I think it turned out so pretty. Okay, so I want to open it up a little bit, so I folded it. Okay, all right, so there's one bag already done. Now let's get our other one that we're going to do today. And let me get the paper for that. It's this paper here. And I only have a little bit of this left. I used it last year to make some bags. In fact, I'm really running out of my old paper. So, anyway. So, okay. So, I think that I, you know, put it this way. I should have put an arrow to go up or something. But it's about... And this design, I don't have to worry, see? It's just all over the snowflakes, so I don't have to worry if it's up or down. But I'm going to go with, let me see. Might go with this. I think I'm going to go with this way. This way, because if I put that there, okay, let me see. Okay, it's 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches and 2.5, so that doesn't give me a lot of room. Let me see here. If I go, let's see here, that's about 3 inches, 3 inches. Well, it gives me more room on this way, so I'm gonna do it this way. All right, so let's get started making this one. All right, let me put that over there. All right, so let's find our middle. This is a little stiffer paper, which is nice to work with. Okay, remember we pinch it on the end there. And we pinch it on the end here. Okay. Then we want to fold it to over our line that we pinched it. And we want to take this part and fold it over here about 1 inch. So we got to get that tape on there. Use that bone folder. Alright, that'll be good. And then I want to cut it on the ends. Just make it really even. It's a little uneven. Still uneven on the top. I'm going to do it again. Okay, you got it. Alright, now it's a little uneven here too, so I am going to cut just a little bit here. I think that would look just a little better. Let's see. This is the time where you want to make your paper even. I hope that'll be okay with my tape. I think it will be. You know, here it's a little uneven too. Let's see here. Alright. There we go. Alright, now get this. I'm going to put the tape on this side. And it might be off camera because this ATG gun likes to kind of be down, you know, instead of up. So, let me see here. If I can, yeah, there it's going. Okay. Alright. Now, I'll turn it over. Push it down. Alright. Make sure there's no tape on the inside of it. Okay, good. Right, now, so our top would be up here and our bottom here. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can even put the bottom there and the top there. Doesn't matter. Okay, now, so let me go about, this looks kind of tall. Let me see. Go about 4 fingers. Oh, no, it doesn't look too bad. Okay. Alright, so let's put it down here. Like that. This is our top. Okay, now, there we go. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to push it down. This is, like I say, a little tricky, but just keep moving it around. It should be fine. As long as you look at your lines and push it down. Okay? There we go. Right, now this is the back. This is the front. Okay. So, now we want about 4 fingers up. Alright. Alright, now take our arrow. Remember? Take that line right there. Let me see if I can manipulate it there with my bone folder. It works. This is a little heavier paper to work with, so it's gonna be better for a bag. The heavier the paper, the better it is. You know, your bag's gonna be more stable. Okay, now let's fold this part up to right to after this line. See, you don't want to fold it here. You want to fold it right up there. All right. So let's crease it. Nice. Now I am going to get my arrow perfect this time. Okay. So I want to look at this, and I want to look at this. Make sure that this is the same. It'll stand up really well. Okay, that's an important part. I mean, my other one stood up, but not exactly the way I would like it to, you know. Now this, let's see, if this part, let's get this perfectly aligned with this. It's just a little tricky to do, but you can do it. Okay, now, that paper's gonna be a little crooked sometimes, which is fine. All you gotta do is just cut it off, you know. All right, so looks perfect to me. Pretty perfect. Okay, so now let's get our ATG gun again. Remember, we just want to get the tape on this this part here, this little part. Let me show you right here, right there. Okay, and then this part here. Like that, and this part. You can even do this with glue if you don't have this ATG gun, or you can use that Tombow mono other adhesive glue gun if you want. All right, so now I put it here and here. Because see, otherwise, if you put it other places, it gets inside the bag and it'll stick to the bag and it won't open up. Okay, so that's important to put that glue there too. All right, now, oh, that's my computer talking to me. Okay, now, here's this, the liquid glue gun. Liquid glue. So I want to put this on here. You can do this, like, you know, with your tape runner too, whatever you want to use. Whatever you have in your craft room. You know, don't go out and buy something that you don't have. You use what you have. You can even use double stick tape if you have that. Okay. All right, let's see here now. I'm going to get my Kleenex ready because I think it might go down a little bit over. I don't want any glue over that, but it's fine. Looks fine. Okay. All right. So let's open it up. Make sure no glue or tape got on there. We're fine. It's perfectly fine. Now let's bring it back down. And now we're going to fold the sides. Okay, so it's right here and here. It's pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. Okay. I'm usually not really fussy you know, in the craft room. I mean, you know, even when you're working with things, if something happens that is not right, there are so many ways to fix things. Do you ever find that when you're working in the craft room? And I'll tell you what, if you know, don't make something right one time or other, that's how we learn, right? I am not ever afraid to make, well, I don't even call them mistakes. I actually, you know, have really learned so much by just doing, because just like that line that was on the bag, you know, you just learn. You know, it's I don't know, it's kind of an instinct, isn't it? When you do things, it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, think, what would you like, you know, what looks best, you know, what doesn't look good, stuff like that. So, don't stress about anything, because it's all good, and it's all fun. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing this, right? And you too, right? I mean, oh, we need some joy in our life, right? Some way to have some fun, and to use up our materials that we have, you know, in the craft room. It's just so much fun, I think, to explore and to do things. All right, we'll see how good I was with these arrows down here. All right, we will see. We will see if it stands up well. Let's see. Well, let's see. Are you not going to stand up for me? Why aren't you going to stand up for me? All right, I'm not stressing. It's not exactly standing up. I'm not stressing. Okay. Thought I got my arrows all right. It's not standing up. I think maybe I'm going to put a stabilizer in this one and see if that helps. Okay. All right. Okay, there's my instinct. If I put a stabilizer, then maybe it'll help. We will see. I think I'm going to need 2 stabilizers in this one. Okay, so I'm not sure that's needs a little cutting. Okay, I cut my stabilizer and I put it down in there. I put some ATG Gun, you know, glue on there, my adhesive, and it's fine. That helped it. For some reason, it just didn't want to stand up. I did get it a little tall. I could, if I wanted to, you know, cut some off, but I think I'll leave it there. And then, you know, the tissue paper, I think will work well with that. Okay. All right. So now let's make our eyelets. Okay. Now this time I'm going to be using this ribbon here, and I did put before camera I put a little tape on the ends of these here and here so that it'll go, you know, in here after I put my eyelets on. And so I want to show you how I do that, because there's a little trick I think to it. What you do is you just fold this part here, and then you put your tape on there, and then you roll it, okay? And then you kind of point it so it's kind of pointy there, okay? Okay, so for these, this bag, I picked out gold eyelets, okay? I thought those would be pretty. Remember, you put the good side out. Okay, this is the one side here that you want to put in the inside, and this is the part that you want on the outside, okay? So you put that on top there like that. And you get your tool and you press it, okay? Remember, you use this part here for the top. This is this part that's sticking out. You put that on the top. And I have to use two hands. Okay. Got our eyelets on. Now we want to put our ribbon on. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the inside here. Remember, we want to tie it 3 times so that it will hold. There's 1. And you want to put your knot at the same place so that it's a big knot. 2. You just got to manipulate it a little bit sometimes to get it down there. And 3. There we go. That's in the inside of our bag. See? Right there like that. And I can cut this if I want to, and then, you know, cut this and then put some tape on there is what I'm going to do. Okay. Alright, now let's get our other side in there. See how I'm putting it through there? Okay, so we got our ribbon on the top, and I just love the bag. And I just love it. I think it's really turned out really pretty. And now it's time to put our tag on. And what I did is yesterday I made one because I didn't have the color. I love to coordinate the colors. So I made this one here. Can you see? It's so pretty. I made it from, I stamped this stamp here. It's from Craftsmart. And I used this gold. Let's see if do I have that? Yeah, right here. The color box. It's pigment ink, and you know you gotta leave this dry because you know pigment ink. You know it needs to be dry a little bit longer than dye ink. And then what I did is I put some stickles on it. These right here. I love these stickles. Now this you have to let dry also. So it's not a tag that you can just make. I knew I couldn't make it today and put it on because it needs to be dried. So it dried overnight. I think it takes a little less time, of course, than that. But I made it yesterday for today, for the video today. Now these stickles, I want to tell you a little bit about these stickles. If this gets clogged here, I have this tool here. Let me see what it's called. You know what? I wrote it down because I always forget what it is. Let's see. It's called a drill bit chuck. It's something that I don't use every day, so I forget the name of it. It was my husband's in his toolbox. But anyway, you push it in, and you twist it, and you pull it out, and it unclogs these. So I'm so glad he has this, you know, to unclog them. So anyway, so I thought this was a pretty paper. And now, you know, what I did is I saved my papers, you know, my scrap papers, and so I cut it out from here, and I turned it over because this is where I put my to and my from. Same with my other tag that I showed you always. I did it real fast because it has the name of the person that I'm going to give this gift to. I think she watches my videos. I didn't want her to see this, but so, and then I use this punch. This is from Recollections, and you know we're going to go more into this next month because I'm going to be making the 5 tags. But this is not one of them. It's just the one I made yesterday. But this is a really nice punch. I love this. Does it have any size on it? No, it just says Recollections on it. And it's a tag punch. And so lo and behold, which I didn't know when I did this, but it has, you know, this is what I made before. You know, I stamped this before, and it was an extra scrap that I had. So on the back of this, see, it has this this on here. So I think that is so cool, and it just matches, I think, so pretty with what I have. And I had this gold ribbon. The gold ribbon, let's see, I have this out too. That I always buy my ribbons from Michael's or Joann Fabrics. I think I got this at Michael's. And you know, it's sometimes you can buy one get one free, or you know, half off the other one or whatever. So anyway, I thought this looked really pretty. And then with the gold ribbon, you know, the gold little bit on this ribbon. So I'm going to put that on now. Always on camera, I feel like I'm all thumbs. And you know, you might have seen my band-aid I have on my finger. I've been doing a lot of gardening. That's why my fingernails don't look so great. But you know, what I did is I was cutting a branch from a tree. You know, my husband cut some branches down, so I cut them up smaller. And I did not know they had thorns on them. It wasn't a branch from our tree. It was a branch from the neighbor's yard that was kind of hanging over, and I wasn't familiar with it really. And so it just actually, these trees started growing up, I don't know, from his yard. So we just started cutting these branches, and there were thorns on them. And I didn't know it, and a thorn went in. Oh man. So I've been having to put this band-aid on, and come to find out, I think a little of the thorn got in here, so I had to dig the thorn out yesterday. It was just a little bit though, but that's why I have a Band-Aid. So anyway, doesn't this look pretty? I just love it. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I just really love it. Okay, so that is our bag, and then the stabilizer did, you know, help. For some reason it wanted a stabilizer, so I put a stabilizer. So before I leave you today, I want to show you just a few of the other bags, and there's only a few. And thank you for staying with me to the end, so you know how to make these wonderful bags. I mean, you know, if we can recycle our papers, you know how wonderful that is. And you know, there's really nothing on this bag that I would cover, so I'm just going to leave it just like that. And now my other one that I made here yesterday is this one here. I'm going to show you that. I want to show you because sometimes on these bags, if you fold the paper, and that's why I say roll the paper to save your paper. If you fold the paper, like this one, kind of like there was a lot of white parts, you know, on the folds. So now what I did was I have these markers, these permanent markers here. You know, they're the Sharpies. And let's see if I can find the one I used. It was a green one. I think it was the darker green one. Do I have a darker green one? No, I guess it was this one. But I just started, you know, just once in a while putting this marker on here, you know, to cover that white part up. And then there was like this one part here where the tape was. So I did that quite a bit there. But then, you know, this is a design. This is Gwen Frostic's design, actually. And you know, I go to Gwen Frostic, and she, you know, wraps everything in these bags. So I've saved them. And so then what this is her design here. But right here there was no design, no white at all, but just this, you know, this really big green, you know, look type of thing here. So what I did was, you know, that color there, and it looked kind of funny. So I have these Posca pens. I want to show you this, you guys, in case you want to do something like this. These are wonderful. I just love these. These are gel pens, and they're not supposed to dry out. Do you believe gel pens not drying out? How about it? Posca pens. I believe they're acrylic, water-based. And what you do is you shake them if you want to use them. And then let me get a piece of paper here. And then you just simply go like this to start these. And sometimes you have to, you know, do it, you know, quite a bit and shake it quite a bit. But always shake it with the top on, okay? Always do that. But then I was able to make this design like kind of like hers scribbly, you know, stuff right here. And I think I did it here, and I added things here because, you know, I put the green on and I covered it up with it. So, you know, do that. And then right here there was something I can't remember, but I used, you remember those papers I showed you that I always saved? So I put one here, and I mean, it's just really pretty, I think. So, you know, I just wanted to show you that. And let me see, I have two more that I want to show you. They're the same. They're actually this one here, and this one. This is the same paper, so but I wanted to show you how pretty they look, really, don't they? And actually this was paper that I bought for my wrapping because you know, I've been making, you know, a lot of bags, and I'm kind of, I don't have many of the older paper now, and so I'm starting to make the bags out of you know, out of paper that I buy, and I just love the look of the bags, and I think they're just, I just love bags for my gifts. So instead of wrapping it with paper, now if something is really flat, you know, I'll use you know, I'll wrap it, but I think they make such really pretty bags. So I made those two, and see, and let me see here. When I want to show you something also, that I have this bag I made this year too. Now this is made without the eyelets and without the ribbon. So, you know, if you want to make it simpler for yourself, what I do is I use these shears. Let me see if I have them here. Let's see what, oh, here they are. These are from my husband's family. They're so old, but I just love them. I use them for my tops of my bags. Can you see that? How I cut that? And it kind of makes it finished. It makes it look finished. So you can do something like that too. You know, you don't have to have the eyelets and the ribbon, okay? And so let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Well, I'm going to be making more bags because I have more gifts to buy, and I'm going to be making my newest granddaughter. She's 6 months old. She's absolutely adorable. I'm going to be making her like a rainbow with, you know, like with some clouds hanging from it. Something like that. And then I'm going to make a string of those alphabets, like A is for alligator, B is for bear. So I'm going to be actually probably painting each letter and painting, you know, the designs on those, just so she can have that in her bedroom. I think I'm going to make her a sock doll. And I'll probably be posting that on my blog. I wanted to let you know that I've been posting things on my blog instead of making videos all the time. So I've been making my videos once a month lately, and then just posting on my blog. And if you want to go on my blog and look at that, my website's www.naturesbestart.com. I don't want you to miss anything. I used to post videos once a week, but now I'm posting them once a month because you know, I've been very busy with my grandchildren, very busy with my family. But I do want to still communicate with you. I still want to you know, make things. I'm still doing my watercolor, still my pressed floral work. I'll show you. But on my blog, I've been posting between my videos. So if you will, I would love to have your email address. You go on my website and give me your email address. I will be sending you a notice. So you get these notices when I make my videos. So you know, you'll know when I make my videos every month. Okay. So I wanted to let you know that. So now I hope that you know, this has helped you make, you know, give you some ideas. I'm going to bring these bags up here so we can just look at them once again. And here's one of them. I'm getting the other one. Here's that other one. Let me move this here. Okay. There's the snowman, and then here's the snowflakes. The two that we made today. So I had a lot of fun, and you know, I hope that you will you know, join me next month in my when I post my 25 tags till Christmas, and I have some really pretty designs this year. And I'm actually, you know, I always have made them in 5 videos, you know, 5 tags each video, but I'm going to be making all 5 in my next video. So be looking out for that. So until next time, happy creating.